Good evening, RPG Limit Break, and welcome to this matchup in the Adamant Cup. My name is Xenocat. We are here in week 2 of the group stages, and I'm joined here in the booth by Twisted Flax. How are you doing tonight, Twisted Flax?
I'm doing well. How are you doing tonight?
Doing well. These are some exciting objectives I see here. We have Magnus is always great. 2 Baron Castle objectives, all of the overworld things. What do you make of these objectives?
Well, the first thing I'm looking for is any reason whatsoever to go to the moon, at least as it refers to the requirements of the seed, and I don't see any, so that could mean the moon could be haunted. We just can't be able to do everything without having to even raise the whale.
Yeah, actually, other than that Forge objective, these could all be overworld.
Yes, that could mean we're in for a very fast seed if everything falls correctly. On the other hand, we could be in for a full 17 out of 17, as it has seemed the case to be for a lot of these races in this flag set.
Yeah, we do need several key items. We need the Baron Key, we need the Twin Harp, the Hook, the Earth Crystal, the Pink Tail, the Legend Sword, and the Adamant. So that is a lot of key items to find throughout the seed. But if we do get a Hook route, that takes care of at least one of our objectives, and then there's always the chance that we find our other objectives all chaining into each other on the overworld.
That's true. It's a rare time that you're rooting for a hook route, but in times when the launch of the Falcon shows up as one of the objectives, you certainly wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, if this ends up being kind of jetty, it'll make for a very interesting seed.
That's right. And look at our Razor's Knight BadKarma is a 2-0 in the Lilith Rod group. Eykir is 0-2, but don't let those records fool you. All 4 of their races have been very close, and so I think this could wind up being an excellent race.
Yeah, this is definitely an exciting matchup for sure. They have not faced the same opponents necessarily, so the records may not speak exactly to their skill levels. I mean, they certainly indicate BadKarma's been doing really well so far. They both are quite skilled runners.
Absolutely. There are 6 people in the Lilith Rod group, meaning that they're going to be playing 5 matches in this group round. So a third win for BadKarma would more or less guarantee that at the worst, they'll probably end up with a playoff spot, if not getting to right into the bracket phase for winning the group. Eykir obviously wants to get the first win on the board, and hopefully we'll be doing that with this Rosa start, and we're soon going to see the second character that our runners will start with.
And they're joined by an edge. That is really nice for our runners.
Yes,
especially with that pan start.
Absolutely. Normally we don't start our players off an edge. It used to be that edge would only be available behind gate objectives, but this flag set includes the Sea Neki flag, which really reduces Edge's opening power. Instead of starting with 2 short swords and a bunch of good defensive gear, he usually starts with maybe a claw. So his opening strength isn't as big as it used to be, but if you can find the right equipment early, he will become a very strong early game powerhouse.
Yeah, and we see Eykir, it looks like, heading right to Eblin Castle to get some of that really good loot. Well, BadKarma is heading over to Troya to maybe go get that free key item from Bedward, and maybe loot the public treasury.
These seem to be the 2 most common places to start, whether you want to start with looking at the very strong but potentially trapped chests here at Eblin, or to get your second free item to start the seed off. And we see that tonight is a Pink Tail, which isn't really going to help us immediately, but it is an objective, and will give us an added armor when we do trade it in.
Yeah, it's a nice item to have, not super meaningful early on. Eykir has already found a cursed ring in the Eblin Castle, which basically solves agility anchoring problems for the entire seed.
We see the free treasury over here on BadKarma's side. We do find a middle sword, so that's a really good starting item for Edge.
Yeah, that'll mean that he can actually hit things. A boomerang to back row him, that's not bad. Boomerang middle edge can get you through a lot of the overworld. BadKarma might just decide to skip this Eblin Castle deep loot for now and not do a dedicated loot early on.
Agreed. I mean, right now, I would say, even though Eykir did have that curse ring, which will help out immensely later on down the line, right now, BadKarma had the best of the early routing. Going to that slightly less strong spot there in the castle. But it does look like he is going to go ahead and take a look at Evelyn as well.
Yeah, Eykir taking an unfortunate wipe to the Black Cat Lamia chest. I believe those fire bombs not going to do that much damage when your edge only has 136 hit points.
Right. Even though you are starting with a relatively strong early party of Edge and Rosa, without the levels for Rosa or the equipment for Edge, these trap chests are probably going to be slightly too difficult.
Yeah, and we see BadKarma hitting one of them and immediately resetting, not even bothering to see which one it is. I do like this play a lot if you're coming here this early. Don't even worry about what's in the trap chest. Just get out. It's if you're not going to win the fight, why bother?
Right. If you had some item or some party member that might let you work your way around these chests early, it might be worth it to take a look. But I don't think we have anything in either the opening equipment that we received or anything we found so far that would really let us get through any of these fights right now.
I think I saw one hourglass, and that ninja shirt that Eykir just picked up in the right tower would be nice to help get through these, but... Eykir is burning that hourglass on the Mad Ogre's chest. Well, I was about to say, maybe not, but Edge survived.
Just barely. So now we can figure out, now that the Mad Ogres will not attack anymore, we have to figure out how we're going to beat them with our equipment.
Assassin Dagger. Don't think got to stop at the exact right time though, so not going to be able to swoon them, unfortunately.
Right, that's based upon where they are in their active time. I don't know exactly how you would describe it, but if you stop them immediately after they move, then that swoon would proc 100% of the time.
Yeah, they are unfortunately stopped with some ATP filled up already, so not looking great. And this Edge, BadKarma has noped out, has left this Adamant Castle at this point. Still has nothing better than that boomerang and middle sword, but does have a power staff for Rosa if he opts to do power bonk strats, or could use that archer bow and poison arrows to do a decent amount of damage.
Right, he certainly has enough to get his seed on the right track. It looks like he's heading over to Mount Hobbs to see who the character is here. Eykir does sort of get through the Mad Ogres the old-fashioned way, gets Bahamut summon. Not terribly useful right now unless we find Iridia, but that Artemis bow, on the other hand, might be useful right now.
Yeah, that Artemis bow is fantastic for Eykir. That is going to enable him to do so much more damage on this overworld, but and it looks like we are going to be stuck with Edge and Iridia, or Edge and Rosa. I cannot speak tonight for a while because there's an Edward on Mount Hobbs guarded by a Lunar Sparkle.
Yeah, that's not really going to be a fight you want to take for that reward. Sorry, Edward fans, but until we find the spoon, I'd probably make that same play. Just not going to add much to your party right now.
Yeah, and I would say unless we find the spoon on the overworld, I don't think that Edward is going to be picked up. Yeah, Eykir is a little bit ahead in terms of gear, but has taken a little bit longer to get that power. So this will be an interesting thing to see if Eykir's gear power, which is mostly, I think, coming from that Artemis bow and the ninja shirt. We'll see if that is enough to catch up.
Meanwhile, we have Mylon and friends here at Antlion. BadKarma using the ninja magic to do a very nice AoE attack to get rid of all the extra guests there. Now leaving us just with Mylon, who, as you might expect from this position, isn't going to provide much of a challenge.
Yep, he just complains about his body, fades away, and rewards BadKarma with a Boreas, and resets. Yeah,
that's not even worth walking out.
I would maybe consider it early on. It could be very useful for speeding up another check, but yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily with Edge start. I don't think it necessarily saves as much time as just resetting.
With the T Wildish flags on, with the looting patterns that a lot of our runners seem to be doing, it seems like you do wind up with more of those damaging J items that almost you need. So, I mean, like right now I see you have 3 fire bombs in your inventory.
All those were from the starter kit.
Exactly. You also get them for the starter kit as well. So I don't think you need one more. There might be situations if you find maybe an early Rubicante.
Yeah, and if you want to do a cheeky flame dog, perhaps.
True.
Early gauntlet could be rude, even because Edge only has enough MP to flame 4 of the fights. And there's a 5th fight in that gauntlet. So just having that extra J item to clear out one extra encounter might be nice.
True. We'll see what happens now to BadKarma as he's heading to the next key item check here. Is going to be the vanilla defense location.
And that's just a Baiken. Baiken is not super scary here. Yep. Tossing that firebomb right away.
You get one magic attack at Baiken, and then he throws up that wall.
Yep. But we don't really care about the wall because flame goes through the wall. Also, one thing I do want to shout out is Eykir pulled a strength ring out of the Carter administration chest. So that'll be a nice little boost to Edge's damage.
Eykir is certainly having some very good luck in finding some very strong items in some locations that you might not otherwise check. So yeah, I do like his level of equipment at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, I know I would never loot that chest. That chest hasn't been checked since the Carter administration, hence why it's called the Carter administration chest.
BadKarma is through with the Baiken fight and gets the Luka key. It's our 3rd key item, and we can use none of them right now.
Yeah, this is great. We have not found any progression. So something is in Baronin or Mount Ordeals. We'll see which one BadKarma decides to head towards.
Right. You don't really want to go Ordeals first, but obviously you have no way of getting a Cecil or a Fu at the moment. Those are really the two strongest, two of the 3 people you really want to have in order to make those 3 fights Ordeals most worthwhile. I'll got to tell to get him online without having to check the gated character locations. Looks like that's what he's doing first, though.
Yeah, this might be thinking Cecil's probably going to show up at some point in the seed. May as well, especially with the Baron Castle and Zod objectives. We need to go through those checks anyway. We're probably going to stumble across a Cecil. Let's just make sure that he's online when I get him, so that we can have our nice big holy sword swinger.
Eykir walks out of Antlion Cave, having picked up a couple extra nice items. I think I saw a longsword in there as well, which is another nice pickup for the Edge. BadKarma checked the chest over there, the Chocobo Forest, and found a glass hat for his trouble, which is another really strong defensive item.
Yeah, and that rune ring from that last chest on Ordeals is not too bad either.
The T-Wildish flag certainly gives our runners some quite decent equipment, even in some of these more lower tiered locations.
Yeah, just because they're lower tier doesn't mean they're low tier.
Exactly, that comes in the brackets.
Yes, no, the bracket flags will be much more limited on loot. But here we see BadKarma stumbled across the first fight on Ordeals, and it's a bunch of dolls.
I'm going to imagine you're going to see about 6 misses because the physical damage here is really difficult, really low, really difficult for the opponents in that case. And the flame should, 1 left.
Oh no.
That could be a problem, but I think, yeah, that's going to take care of that. 1 fight down, 2 to go.
Yep, unfortunately, that's the easy fight.
Right, you still have the back attack spot, which, well, with the Sora here, that's probably not going to be a problem.
Yeah, the Sora's not too bad. This will be a little bit slow. But, I mean, Eykir has not yet found the mute knife, so not a huge difference. And though I do think that BadKarma's Rosa does have mute arrows.
Eykir is taking on the Baron in fight here, looks like, because he just cursed his Rosa, which is a really bold play to be making when you only have the 2 characters.
That's also very bold considering Baron in is extraordinarily slow. And an Edge would be able to run laps around the second fight queue.
Right. Normally, you want to use that curse string strategy whenever you have to fight the fast bosses, like the bosses you find on the moon, Zeromus, of course, Sealed Cave. Overworld bosses, you don't necessarily want to do that.
Yeah, I would say, especially with just these two characters, you want to make this second fight as slow as possible, which means you want to anchor with your fastest possible character, unless this is Plague, but it's not Plague, it's Leviathan.
This might cause a few issues, but you have that Thunder Claw, so maybe you can get through this just on sheer power. We shall see. Meanwhile, BadKarma did get through the Asura fight using the life lock strategy, making sure that Asura's only spell cast is Bad Life, and gets through no problem. It's going to see what the key item here is.
Yeah, the nice thing about this Ordeals check is you do get to see what the key item is before you have to fight the boss. You know, just in case you want to reset out of a nasty gauntlet. And that's just a Sand Ruby, so this Baron in has to PR progression.
That is accurate. And looks like Eykir does get through. And it is going to be a hook route.
We do have a hook seed, but that's nice, because we also have an adamant armor.
That is true. We can immediately turn in that pink tail, which is an objective, of course, and you will get an adamant armor, which will make not only the hook route, but the rest of the seed pretty, I won't say easy, but easier.
Yeah, we don't have an amazing character to put that on. I mean, my gut would be to put that on Edge, but I think the best we've seen for him is long sword, middle sword, which is not great. It's not terrible. Just not great.
Yeah, I agree. I think I could definitely make the argument to put that on the Artemis Bow Rosa instead.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see putting that on the Rosa instead. Let the Rosa hit all the things.
And we do have BadKarma coming down from Ordeals. We have that Sand Ruby in our pocket, so we can get a third character to use in the bed. Now that is considered a gated location, so that could be our Cecil, could be our Fu.
Yeah, could be a much more valuable character than the Palom that Eykir got out of Baron Inn. Not that Palom is a terrible character to get early on.
Oh, absolutely not. Once you get a few more levels on him, get his Virus and his Quake up, he can take you through the middle game just with that.
Looks like BadKarma is not going to worry about the Sand Ruby check quite yet. Or may have just remembered it.
That was either I forgot to save, or I forgot the Sand Ruby in and out of Baron.
I believe that was an I forgot the Sand Ruby in and out of Baron, as he's going to go check that right now.
Well, Eykir's doing a little shopping over here in Silvera.
Oh, it's Tella.
Oh, that works out pretty well. We've already gone up Ordeals.
Yeah, here's your fully powered Tella. You may now cast Lit 3 on Leviathan and get through that fight a little bit faster, I guess.
Of course, Tala also works as an excellent anchor for the rest of the game if you so desire.
Yeah, which would, I think, be more of a big deal if our runners hadn't already found a curse string.
True.
Because with that curse string, I would say Palom makes an excellent endgame anchor. Not only is he slow enough that he will function perfectly well as an agility anchor, but he also has the special ability called Bluff. And what Bluff does is it adds 15 wisdom. It gives him 15 more wisdom for the rest of the fight. And as long as you don't update his weapon during that fight, he will keep that 15 wisdom boost. So you can essentially just bluff him up and undo the effects of the curse ring, at least in terms of his casting stat.
That is an excellent strategy.
So yeah, you could curse Palom and then still, in the end game, once he's learned nuke, get 10,000 damage from his nukes. Just by bluffing him up. Plus, in the Zeromus fight, if you bluff before you toss the crystal, the bluff doesn't get dispelled by the shakes.
I don't know about you, but I'm learning things from this.
Yeah, you can bluff up before tossing the crystal, and it still applies, so...
That is great to know. Thank you.
Yeah, Palom is real good for that Zeromus fight. Because you can take... Even if your Palom has a Cursed Ring, you can take the time, bluff him up to max stats, at least max wisdom, and then be tossing out quad 9 nukes as soon as the fight starts.
Of Eykir and BadKarma now sort of rehashing each other's steps. They both have the second bosses of Ordeals and Baron in respectively. And yeah, looks like...
That Artie bow for Eykir is definitely speeding this up. Both runners had mute arrows, but the Artie bow strength is so much better than the Archer bow.
So I think we're going to be seeing our runners converge very quickly. Eykir's going to get Zand Ruby, probably check into who it is and get that Tella. BadKarma has just finished the in bosses here, going to get the hook, and I will probably be using that to turn in his pigtail as well. We're going to be very, very close to each other, I think, as we head into the hook route.
Yeah, I think this is going to be very, very close. BadKarma will be able to... I believe BadKarma does still have to raise the hovercraft, but then we'll be able to just dive right in, quickly trade the pigtail, and then dive right into the hook. But we will see if either runner decides to take some more Dwarf Castle trap chests.
That seems to be a pretty common strategy among most runners, is to go ahead and do those trap chests, especially now, since you are going to be going down the hook route slightly under leveled, so you want to get as much experience as you can, but they can also hold some excellent equipment.
Yeah, it never hurts to go fishing for an adamant armor. I mean, it does if you don't get it, and all you get is junk, but... Fishing is definitely popular on this flag set.
Right. It's this flag set is, the theme of it is all about that strong equipment that other tournaments we've run doesn't give you to play around with. So, absolutely go ahead and get as many adamant armors as you can hold.
Yep, just fill your inventory with adamant armors. Go wild.
BadKarma trades in his pigtail, gets on the board with objective number 6. Eykir's walking down from Ordeals, and as our runners sort of catch up with each other, I just want to give some thanks to the people running the stream behind the scenes. We got Scala Kitty doing the restream. We got Black Ice doing the tracking. Thanks to both of them for helping make this restream what it is, and also thank my co-commenter Xenocat, who's been doing a great job.
Shout outs to you, Twisted Flex, as well. It's a pleasure to commentate this race with you. As quick question to chat, it is first to complete all 7 objectives and then go destroy the final boss of the seed. That is the runner's goal. And so there goes. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say we have our full complement of 4 characters. We are limited to 4 characters in this flag set, but we are going to get a 5th character possibility as we go through the hook route. Is there anyone you think you'd want to see right now to add to the party?
Thinking about the weaponry we've gotten, it's been very limited. We've seen a rune axe, I believe, which might be nice for a Kane or a Cecil potentially, but we haven't seen any of the really big things. Iridia would actually be a very interesting character to find on that hook route because of the Bahamut summon that Eykir has, and I believe BadKarma is about to find.
Right. Normally, you'd be really excited to see a Cecil, but again, we haven't really seen any of the strong weapons at the moment. That being said, I see on our list of things to do, we do have to forge the sword, so we are going to get at the very least an Excalibur. But the way things are going, you probably will find at least an Excalibur, if not a full-on crystal sword, if you take a few more trap chests. So he's always a strong option to add to any party.
Yeah, Cecil is generally one of the stronger characters in this randomizer, but it does look like Eykir is done with Eblin trap chests. It's like, nope, I found Bahamut. I don't need to do any other trap chests here. I'm gonna dive straight down the hook route.
Be interested to see if he does a lot more looting as well on the way down. I've noticed that he has had to fight with the true final boss of the game, that being the inventory boss.
Yeah, I think having fought the inventory boss once, I would say, you know what, that's enough looting for me. I don't want to deal with the inventory boss again. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I fight one, when I struggle with a boss, I generally do not want to go back and fight them again.
I've gotten into the habit of, if the inventory boss ever does pop up, just throw out 8 things and just hopefully never see it again.
Yeah, just throw out 8 things and never open another box.
Checking the shop down here, which is guaranteed to have 2 tier 5 items, we see we have Bacchus wines. I think that's what Eykir is clearing out some inventory space and getting some gold to buy. That's always a good purchase.
Yes, I am definitely on team purchase like 15 Bacchus wines and then never worry about Berserk again. But saving the money to check the weapon shop for a ninja sword.
That's another very strong purchase there. You know, you've been using, I think, the longsword with maybe a middle.
Yeah, BadKarma did get the ultimate holy sword out of that trap chest.
So we're halfway there. We just need to find the Cecil now. Hopefully, he's not, chilling on the giant.
Yeah, he could be up there. He could be sitting at the package. Definitely some rude options for Cecil to be hiding at. And Eykir, it looks like, not done with trap chests. Just decided, I want to take the Stalemen because the Stalemen are a little bit less likely to give an adamant, but still have a chance.
Right. Meanwhile, BadKarma checked out of Ablin's safe and went right back in to pick up the Black Cat and Lamia chests.
Don't love casting Flame on the whole group because the Black Cats will bluster that.
Like I said, that does risk the bluster, which, if you are unlucky, will be an instant KO of one of your party members.
And that trap chest for Eykir, unfortunately, was just crystal armor.
Wrong crystal item, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we don't really want that. I mean, it sells for a lot of money, I guess, but... And BadKarma has Crystal Sword number 2. Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, I would say dual wielding, but I don't think Cecil can do that.
Just find a duplicate Cecil, it's fine.
Sure. That does mean rather unlucky for Eykir, who took the 1 chest early and got the Bahamut summoned, and has left 2 crystal swords in the castle.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. But it doesn't matter, really, because here's Fu.
Yes, you always love to see a mop.
It is... I think Tella's time on the team has come to an end.
I will be very interested to see what spells we do have, because I don't think we've done quite enough bosses to get a full spell list. So
oh, definitely not. Power. We've only done, I believe, the, 7 bosses that you do in the standard overworld checks. We didn't even do Mount Hobbs.
Well, let's see what we got here.
Just equipping up, making sure that Fu has decent equipment.
Meanwhile, BadKarma also down here in the hook route now, also checking out the chests. Or not the chests, the shops, excuse me.
And has enough money for, I think, 2 ninja swords.
With the adamant armor, that edge is going to go burr.
Fu's best spell is Ice 3, Fire 3, and he does not have Exit. He's got Blink, though.
That's a decent start for a spell list. I mean, got some power there. I did not see who the second boss was. I was so excited by the Fu.
Yeah, I did not catch it either. But we might get a chance to see it from BadKarma soon. But Chad is saying it looks like it's... Or our tracker... Black Ice is saying it looks like it was some kind of Mylon.
We've already seen the Mylon dance party down at Antlion, so this must be Mylon Z.
Time to break out the boomerang.
That's right. Despite all appearances, he's a flying monster, so he'll get extra damage from that.
Yeah, and that Artemis bow, which I think BadKarma has now as well, because he did finish looting Eblin, will be very nice for both runners. I see a comment in chat saying maybe give up Rosa to keep Exit. I do think that's a fair consideration. But Fu will probably learn Exit soon enough. I'd imagine when our runners get underground, they're going to want to do some things like Dwarf Castle, which will give Fu 6 more spells. The Hook Route will give him 6 more spells. Between those, there's a very real chance that Fu learns Exit before it becomes relevant.
We'll have to deal with a very angry Antlion in the first spot. Very fast, and will hit pretty hard here. But it only has about 6,000 hit points, so if you can get through it, you should be good.
Yeah. Fire 3 will do some work. Yeah, Fire 3 did some work.
Lit 3, Sleep and Drain there, so Lit 3 is not terrible, but it's not really good.
Yeah, we can now cast all of the level 3 elemental spells. Hooray! Fu is Tella, but with better stats now. Amazing.
You're going straight to the second fight, not stopping to save, which I would agree here, because I don't think this fight's going to be too dangerous for our runners.
Yeah, I'm not scared of Mylon Z. I have an Adamant armor. I'm not scared of Mylon Z.
Now, I saw BadKarma put the Adamant armor on his Edge. Did you see who Eykir has put it on?
I believe also Edge.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, with Ninja Sword and Longsword, I cannot fault that.
And there's Fire 3 doing a ton of damage as well. This boss is weak to fire, of course.
Yep, BadKarma just a little bit behind in this Antlion fight now. But does have 2 Crystal Swords on Eykir, so if Cecil shows up, BadKarma is in a great position.
And yeah, with that Adamant armor Edge and Fu and Palom throwing out the fire spells, that was a very quick fight.
And yes, important discussions about doing damage to Mylon Z brought up. Mylon Z, as we know, is weak to fire, holy, and the flying element, or the throw element, which the boomerang is. So any of those will do 2 times damage. However, combining those does not enhance your damage. But you can combine one of those with his weakness to the fact that he is a zombie, so enemies that hit zombie are good against zombies will do 4 times damage. And if you have something like, say, White Arrows, which hit both the throw weakness and the undead weakness, or the Crystal Sword, which hits both the holy and the undead weaknesses, you do 8 times damage.
And speaking of elemental weaknesses, Eykir gave us a peek of who's at the top of the tower, and it's Odin.
Ooh, that's a fun 4 times lightning weakness to take advantage of with that Thunderclaw. But with a pen in hand, maybe we don't do that right now.
Right. If you have the tower key, I think you can definitely make the argument just to run up there because you know you can beat it right now. But you got the pan, you still have the freebie in Fae March. I think you have some other checks to do first.
Yeah, I would say Dwarf Castle's pretty tempting for the character check, especially for BadKarma. Because if Cecil is in Dwarf Castle, oh boy.
Yes, Eykir has a slight lead, but I think that lead would be very much at risk if we do find a Cecil early on here.
Yep, Eykir just getting down to the pan as BadKarma underground just shut before the 32-minute mark. Both runners getting underground very quickly. There was a package, so that's another place to find Cecil potentially.
True. It'd be very interesting to see who is there. If you do have a Cecil there. Ooh, Eykir takes a centipede chest here in the cave, Sylph Cave.
Yep, that's interesting. I mean, the centipedes aren't too hard. And we might see a good item out of this. Plus enough experience for Rosie to get Berserk and Palom to get Quake, but oof!
Ooh, just as useful.
That is not the reward you want to see from a trap chest.
You got a crystal ring from the other chest, though, so maybe that kind of helps.
I guess the crystal ring is nice.
I mean, if you switch those, you got a crystal ring from the fight and a Zeus Rage otherwise, you think that would have a lot better.
Yeah, that would be acceptable. I mean, you're not looking for a crystal ring from a trapped chest, but it's certainly not bad.
Eykir's going to go ahead, come back above ground, going to go straight to Sheila and get 2 more key items there.
And it looks like BadKarma is heading right, following right in Eykir's footsteps. Which could be dangerous for him if he doesn't make another character check soon.
See, right now it'll be very interesting if the package does have Cecil, because I wonder if Eykir goes through the cutscene to get Cecil, because he doesn't have any of the hold boards.
Yeah, I would think that he might be very tempted not to. And Eykir has not done Fabul. Eykir went down that hook route without doing Fabul defense, so BadKarma will be able to make up a little bit of time here. Visually, Eykir's saving time overall because the Fabul defense didn't give anything super important. It was just a Luca key, I believe, but this will give BadKarma time to essentially just fly over to Fabul and even it out, honestly.
Right. I mean, granted, Eykir is going to go through that bike and as fast as possible, as you just saw, because he has so much more power than when BadKarma went. But yeah, they're going to be practically dead even at this point.
Yeah, I think actually BadKarma is slightly ahead. Just due to that early efficiency.
Let's get that Luke key.
Yeah, I would say the efficiency of doing Eblin right with the hook route. And Sheila 1 is our twin harp, and Sheila 2 is a crystal sword. So there goes the Eblin Castle crystal sword advantage.
That is very lucky for Eykir, because that could have been a huge change of momentum if BadKarma does find a Cecil. Instead, we do find a twin harp, and required music is required.
Yeah, we do have to do that music. I don't know if Fu has learned exit yet. But I think BadKarma has a few exits still in his inventory. Ooh, BadKarma making the play. Check and package first.
That makes a lot of sense. We want to see who it is. It's just a Porum.
Yeah, no, we don't want Porum. Sorry. And Eykir also checking package.
Well, at this point, when you do have a crystal sword burning in your inventory, it absolutely makes sense.
Yep. And now BadKarma's like, I don't care about this objective twin harp. I'm gonna go check Dwarf Castle because that's a place where Cecil could be.
We could have some diversion here. It looks like, because it does look like Eykir is parking outside of Troya, and is going to go ahead and give us some music.
Yeah, now making the walk up towards that big chocobo. Or black chocobo. We don't get to see the big chocobo enough in this randomizer.
Alas, not. Ooh, we've got a sparkle dancing behind the throne here in Dwarf Castle.
That is definitely exciting.
See what BadKarma's going to be walking into while Eykir makes the walk down through Cave Magnus. And of course, that does mean we're going to be able to listen to some wonderful music provided to us by the community.
Yeah, there are now over 400 songs that for this harp to choose from. You'll be hearing one of them tonight. As BadKarma fights Ogopogo and whoever is after Ogopogo.
I think we're in a very good position here where we don't have to worry about too much in these spots.
I have been asked what the Xenogears percentage is. It is approximately 5% Xenogears. If I'm doing my math right, it is a little more than 5% Xenogears. Yeah, just a little more than the 1% Sephiroth chance. Yes. The harp pool would need to get very big to get back to 1% Xenogears.
Well, you just need to keep submitting Xenogear songs, obviously.
Oh, definitely. And ooh, that's unfortunate. Just a Sid in Dwarf Castle, but we will be quiet now as Edward is about to give us some music.
Some classic music for you all from Blaster Master. Thank you, chat.
Yep. In the meantime, BadKarma did not get a good character from Dwarf Castle, but it is at least required with the Adamant, and Eykir has found the Baron Key, so another character. More chances at Cecil.
All right, so that means that Objective 2 leads to Objective 1. We're happy with Objective 7. We still need Earth Crystal.
Just Earth Crystal and the Legend Sword for go. And then Moon Access. That's it.
I'm saying
because Objective 2 leads to both Objectives 1 and 5.
Right. Definitely are getting surprisingly close to go mode at this point. It's just a matter of finding that Earth Crystal and that Legend Sword.
Unfortunately for Eykir, having to warp out of Cape Magnus. Not ideal.
You would expect him to have learned exit by this point on that food. It's quite unlucky that he hasn't.
Yeah. Fortunately, no exit yet, as BadKarma pulls the Darkness Crystal, just casually sitting there in the Fae March. No big deal.
That does open up a whole bunch more checks for you to do. So we'll see how that factors into his routing.
Yeah, that is a lot more checks. I expect he will not put off music for too long. And BadKarma has exit items to get out of that Fae March, because we don't want to take on Octomam or Karate yet.
Just one more reason to find a Cecil, if you ask me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we definitely want a Cecil. And yeah, it looks like BadKarma's headed back to the overworld. Raising the Big Whale. Oh, might be checking the character on the moon. This is a heads-up play.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You like another free character once you get up to the moon. So
can't fade that Cecil.
No.
I don't imagine BadKarma goes and clears the entire moon at this point with no moon objectives. There's nothing really pulling him to clear through the moon checks.
Eykir is still doing some looting as he goes through the barren sewers. Found both a strength ring and a heroin rope, so some really good stuff found down here. Now the question is it leg that gave us our initial item?
Nope, it is just quarter leg. We only have some leg.
And now we have no leg.
Leg has been banished.
So let's see if the trip up here at this moment was worthwhile for BadKarma. To check the character.
Yep, will it be a worthwhile character, or will BadKarma be disappointed? I mean, it's not Cecil, but...
Do you want to go with double foo?
I mean, they do already have nuke for BadKarma. Yeah, but by Palom.
Right, yeah. There's no reason to keep a Palom around if you have a second foo.
Yeah, we can go with two foos. It's fine. This might keep BadKarma on the moon, though.
Well, it gets us at least worthwhile to check out what's in Cave Value.
Yeah, I don't hate this play. It's a fairly fast check. At least peeking the boss is fast. Actually fighting the boss, maybe not so fast, depending.
We do have Eykir getting through Valvalis, who was on the throne here in Bear, and that's a pretty tough spot for Valvalis, who gets a lot of extra defense when she spins, but Eykir is still able to power through.
Yeah, with these levels and the adamant armor on edge, not too big a deal. And just a Yang. So still no Cecil this seed.
Yes,
and he even came with a Charm Claw.
Eykir's not interested in that Yang. It's a sparkle in the cave here. He's going to take a look and see what it is.
Yep, time for another mystery boss. We know this is not Plague, this is not Okopogo. Yeah, Cecil at this point has to be in the Tower of Zot or the Giant. And oh, hi, Wyvern.
Bye, Wyvern.
Yeah, maybe we don't do this right now.
That's going to require a little bit of manipulation to get through, I think.
I mean, we have a curse string. You can always curse Foo, and it should be fine. Oh, hello, Tower Key from the Baron Pot. Nice to see you there. Now we don't have to do Keyless Tower. So hopefully BadKarma gets on this harp chain.
There are still a decent amount of checks to be done down here. So, I mean, again, this could be a situation where if you don't go to the moon, you might get rewarded.
Yep. Finding silkwebs and starveils in this Mysidia shop, that's actually very nice.
That's a great find there. You always want to have at least one silk web on you. Definitely going into the Z5 can make it so much easier.
And having a few extra starveils, I find, is always, it can be very nice.
And Eykir's going to check to see who's sitting on the basement throne, see if we can get that fifth objective lit up. How about a Bahamut?
Yeah, that's pretty free.
Yeah, throw up a Star Veil if you even need to. And, yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I just say, like, just throw up a wall on that edge and then let him go burr.
And it looks like BadKarma is going to get onto this twin harp chain.
I imagine once he starts it, he won't stop it, because both of the Baron checks are also objectives. But I wonder if BadKarma's Foo has exit.
Well, he's on...
Because he's done a couple of extra bosses that Eykir had not at this point.
Eykir is through with this Bahamut. We'll see what the reward is. Obviously, the reward is objective number 5, most importantly, but we'll see if this also leads to a progression.
No progression, just a moon veil. But I appreciate the veil refund.
The slight upgrade. You use a star veil, you get a moon veil.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And BadKarma is going to go into the fight here in Cave Magnus. We'll give you a reprise of that excellent rendition of Blaster Master.
Yep, just has to kamikaze a couple characters, and then we will have that nice reprise of our music. And now that our music is over, I will answer the question in chat. The Adamant is at this Dwarf Castle check that Eykir is making. So Eykir, once he's through Dwarf Castle and gets down to the Fae March, will be evened out with BadKarma. But if BadKarma does Baron next.
We could very well see our runners converge again, depending on how fast things go. BadKarma does get that exit out, so it's going to speed that process up just a little bit.
Yeah, BadKarma purchasing those exits early on, they've definitely come in handy. I would not say necessarily super ahead if he goes Tower before Fae March, since Fae March was the Darkness Crystal. And that Darkness Crystal gave us a second Fu. Or at least gave BadKarma a second Fu. Eykir may not want to have second Fu.
Unsurprisingly, BadKarma is going straight to Baron to turn that Baron key and get those other 2 objectives lit up.
Yep. I'd imagine probably doesn't leave a tower with tower key alone on the blue planet.
No, with 2 checks for, especially because you know that top of the tower boss, Odin, is practically free at this point. It's definitely calling to you before you do anything else.
Yeah. The Odin is going to be very free, and then the Super Cannon room has 600 HP, I think.
A stiff breeze is usually more than enough to take care of the boss there.
Yeah, by the time you actually get the tower key and get underground, it's usually one-shottable. It has less hit points than Antlion.
Eykir fighting another true boss of the game, obstructive NPCs.
Yeah, those NPCs can be real rude when they want to.
Well, that is a stack of sirens bought by Eykir in case he needs to do a few more levels before fighting any bosses. One thing that this flag set has definitely shown our runners that you don't really need to do a dedicated grind in order to get yourself ready for Z. Normally, since you have to do so much of the seed, you don't just get your levels as you go.
Yeah, this might. I mean, we might see an exception here if the Earth Crystal and the Legend Sword are on the blue planet, because so much of the experience is up on the moon.
BadKarma's making a slightly interesting play here, I think. He's, instead of going to the throne and then doing the cutscene and then going back into Baron, he's going to take out the Baron basement before doing the throne. So he's going to be doing all of Baron in this sweep.
Yeah. Gonna assume that he can do the Baron throne, which I think is very fair. With two Fusoyas, yeah, and Adamant armor, I think he's pretty safe. Meanwhile, Eykir, it looks like, is fishing for something in Lower Babil.
Normally, these boxes are, if you're looking for really strong equipment, these alerts only have a couple thousand hit points, and you can usually one-shot them before they call anything. So, if you're looking for a specific item, these are usually good things to find. But I'm not sure what else he's looking for.
I don't think a lightsaber was it.
And with BadKarma throwing out nukes left and right, and with that adamant armor edge, yeah, this Bahamut probably won't ever get to Mega Nuke territory.
That Masamune is very nice, though.
That's a nice find there, absolutely.
Yeah, decent upgrade over the ninja sword, but Eykir's still looking.
I mean, there is always a chance of spiking the adamant armor, so maybe that's...
Yeah, it's not very good here, but it could happen. You never know.
BadKarma is through the Bahamut fight, going to get Objective 5 lit up very shortly. Unfortunately, only a moon veil here, of course.
Yep, but we'll get that. I expect we'll go right to liberate Baron Castle next, get through that Valvalis, which the Foo's nukes are not going to be super useful for anyway, and
right.
Get that tower key.
You're right. This is one of those spots where when Val spins, she gets 255 magic defense, so nothing's hitting her.
Yep. Eykir definitely did find the sirens. I think I did see a stack of 10 in his inventory.
Hey, we found a Cecil.
That's the wrong Cecil.
Aww.
This Cecil is rude and doesn't want to join our party.
Well, now if we're just going to, arrow him.
Yeah, we don't have time to listen to the justice speech today. There is no justice, only Burr.
Only explosions, apparently.
Yeah, no justice. Rosa has no time for justice.
Yeah, you see the BadKarma. He tried to get out those quakes and nukes before Valvalis started spinning. Unfortunately, not even nuke strong enough to get through this defense.
Yeah, and Rosa's not even hitting. This is not a great Valvalis fight.
It's all going to come down to that edge who's Berserk, which, to be fair, is more than enough, as you see.
Yeah, gets through. And hey, how about second cursed ring?
That's a decent chunk of change if you need to sell to buy something else, but right now I think it's adamant armor or nothing.
Yeah, I think that's probably correct. Maybe Artemis arrows? Maybe we want those?
And BadKarma gets the news that it's Yang hiding out here in Baron, but that's not who we're looking for.
Yep, as Eykir is starting his Odin fight, circling up that edge with that Thunderclaw, I believe. Yep, time for Edge to do just all of the damage.
7k swing. Yeah, this is going to take almost no time up here.
Yeah, Odin is very dead.
See what the reward is. pass is not bad, especially if we can find what else we're looking for down in the blue planet.
Yeah, that'll save Eykir potentially having to go to the Fae March, although I would imagine he goes there pretty soon anyway to check that freebie item. And it looks like BadKarma also doing a little bit of fishing, not as much as Eykir.
I can definitely understand just opening the chest you happen to walk by as you do your normal trek up, but yeah, he's not going into the rooms that have the treasure chest and nothing else.
Also, shoutouts to having Edge in the top slot, although not having the Thunderclaw equipped kind of negates that. Especially since Quake does not, Quake just summons another thing.
Right, if you kill the summoned monster with an AoE spell, it also attacks the alert. The alert's just going to cast the alert once more time.
Yep, fortunately getting through that with a Medusa arrow proc, and fortunately for BadKarma, this one is the Masa, so this chest is good.
Meanwhile, Eykir has made it down the tower again, going to get the reward of a spoon.
I think it's a little too late to take that Edward on Hobbs. But it is certainly not too late to go do Sealed Cave.
Yeah, we've been having that Luca key burning a hole in our pocket for a while, so should have no problem facing whoever comes up down here. It's a very fast spot, which always poses some danger for some bosses. But the one that I always have in mind here is the worst there is Wyvern. We've already found out where that is.
Mega Sisters can be real potent.
Good point, good point. It's a very high magic power location as well.
Yeah, mitigated a lot by the Adamant armor because their Fire 2, Ice 2, and Wit 2 can't penetrate it, but when Virus comes out, oh boy. BadKarma taking a little bit of time to get set up with that, with those lit arrows, and is equipping the Thunderclaw now for this Odin fight.
Yep, anything that is even remotely lit related gets equipped for this fight. I do not like Odin's chances here.
Right, the Mega Sisters were up on Ordeals, so they are in the third spot position, so they are definitely not down here.
Excellent news for our runners.
Yes, that is one of the scarier a lot of scary bosses out here. Odin also could be really scary down here, but not here. And, well, I guess we're just not gonna keep that, because that's just a power shirt.
That's a decent piece of equipment, but I think, the only person who would wear in this party is Edge, and he's already, stuck to the gills with Adamant.
Yeah, we don't need that.
So it looks like it's going to be Fae March bosses, and I think that's going to do it for what we have left, unless we get progression from them. At least come down here on the planet.
Yeah, we are down to Fae March bosses and the moon.
So the question is, I guess, Eykir is making the choice to do the Fae March. Well, he just got moon access now. He didn't have that before. So that's another reason to come down here. BadKarma taking one more trap chest on the way out here, having finished Odin. He still does have to clear out the cannon room, but let's be honest, that's not going to take very long.
Yeah, BadKarma will be almost caught up. This Dark Knight Cecil not going to pose too much of a threat. Oh no, he got a Dark Wave. Oh no, oh no.
Yeah, also, I'm actually kind of surprised that did happen.
I think that middle Fusoya is cursed.
Ah, that would do it. That would do it.
But yeah, the seed is denying our runners the chance to have a Cecil for this karate at Asura. So rude.
Eykir's going to start off with one octopus.
The octopus has decided that Palom shall be taking a nap. And that is damage on edge. I don't love that.
All right, well, the good news is that the Octomom will start to lose speed as she loses tentacles.
Yep. The Octomom will slow down a bit. The Octomom swimming through the whatever the Fae March is made of.
BadKarma finishing up with the tower here, going to be getting the spoon from after this little cutscene, and now he's got a choice. He can go to the moon now, because he has Darkness Crystal already in hand, and try to clear out some of the moon to try to find the remaining key items. Or he can go down to the Fae March like Eykir did. It made sense that Eykir went down to the Fae March because he didn't have the Darkness Crystal first. Looks like BadKarma
Yeah, BadKarma is deciding to skip Sealed Cave and head right to the Fae March. I don't hate this play. Neither of these bosses is terribly difficult with the Adamant armor, since both of them rely entirely on physical attacks, and I believe the karate fight's kick will not hit a character that is wearing an Adamant armor.
I believe that's correct. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen.
Yeah, I think every time I've been in a karate fight with an Adamant armor, the kick has missed.
Eykir is through with this first fight, the Octomom fight.
That's a sword.
I mean, I think we already had one, so it's a second one.
No, we had a Masa, and now we have a Mura.
That's right.
We can use that. Technically an upgrade. Best kind of upgrade. Technically an upgrade. But if BadKarma does decide to do the karate fight first, this could be interesting.
True, although I do think if you're already down here, I think you're committing to both fights.
Yeah, probably.
Especially because you are still looking for two key items, the Earth Crystal.
And yeah, equipping the Thunderclaw tells me that BadKarma is probably doing the Octo first.
And as BadKarma goes into the Octomom fight, Eykir goes into the karate fight. You see just how close these two runners are now. Eykir does have a slight lead, especially when you consider that he did go down Sealed Cave.
Yeah, has the lead of this fight plus walking down the Sealed Cave.
Right. So maybe just a couple of minutes at this point.
But BadKarma is going to be making up time with these two foos. So every fight that these runners take, BadKarma is making up just a little bit of time.
It might come down to the approach you take on the moon, top down or bottom up.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility. And it's especially interesting considering we only need the Earth Crystal and the Legend Sword. So how much of the moon do you clear, knowing the only other two key items in the seed at this point are the Magma Key and the Rat Tail?
True. There's always the risk that you find the Earth Crystal early, and the Earth Crystal leads you directly to the Legend Sword, but you still stay on the moon to clear it all out.
And then some Masamune from the karate fight. Amazing. It's the Fae March of Hanzo.
You had the match set there.
Gosh, Scala Restreamer, I guess, decided that these are actually Edge's parents now. They're Edge's adoptive parents, not Lydia's adoptive parents. King Octopus, King Ethereal Octopus, and Queen Yang. I love it. One thing that other disadvantage that Eykir has is having to sit through this cutscene, which BadKarma has already cleared. So this is a little bit of extra time that BadKarma is making back up.
Eykir's also going to be able to check the character and see that it is a second food. I'll be interested to see if he takes it. I think even though Palom has a few more levels than BadKarma did at this point, it probably still represents an upgrade.
Yeah, I think so.
Also, BadKarma has a knowledge of where Wyvern is. Wyvern's hiding out in Cave Valley. Although at this point, I think you are strong enough to take on Wyvern or basically anything else that this is on the moon.
Yeah, I would expect BadKarma will have no issues with anything on the moon. But we will see if he decides to go check out that sealed cave.
I think you have to before you start clearing out the moon. You're right.
I think it's a fast enough walk that you're probably going to clear it out real quick.
Right. And you know that if it winds up being a dud, you can just save scum out of it.
Yeah, the only awkward key item that could be there is the rat tail in BadKarma's mind, but fortunately it is not. Is heading to Tamra first.
Right, do a quick shop check. Everything else you might want to find here: coffins, hourglasses, something like that.
Hourglasses, picking up a few. Definitely don't hate that play.
Definitely not.
Here, about to find out the bad news about Wyvern. This will be probably a quick reset, but not too devastating a reset.
I think the spell power at this spot isn't that bad, is it? So I think you'll probably be able to get through it, even if he does get the
the spell power is not great. It's still probably strong enough that it wipes out this party. At least a large portion of this part. This party's not very strong. Yeah, no, that's strong enough, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
The spell power isn't amazing at Cape Bahamut, but also Mega Nuke is Mega Nuke.
Yeah, at some point, pure power is just pure power. So I imagine,
it did all that menuing in Cave Bahamut instead of before entering. Unfortunately, still gonna have to redo some of that menuing. Do your menuing before you save. Pro tips.
And dropping down the battle speed, always a good idea when faced with a Wyvern.
Yep, that should guarantee that he can get a Star Veil off at this point.
BadKarma gets news about the power cert and quickly resets.
Yep, BadKarma should be heading right to that moon now.
I got the reflect off on Rosa. Of course, the downside here of this spot is that you're going to still have to do a decent amount of damage here. So Rosa's going to heal up everyone and get them fighting.
Yep, it just gotta get everyone back up. We're not quite all the way down to Wyvern standard time for Eykir, just battle speed 4.
And there goes the spoon.
And BadKarma is deciding to skip this Wyvern fight, I think. That's what heading into this Lunar Palace tells me.
I mean, the thing is, though, again, yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense because you'd like to avoid it if you can, because as you can see, even with all the power that Eykir has, it's still going to take some time.
Yeah, this is not a fast fight for Eykir, and BadKarma is going to be able to just start clearing through the moon. Looks like is heading straight for the bottom, which with the pass, definitely don't hate that all the density is down here. You're likely going to be walking down to the bottom before you check anything on the blue planet. Before you go back to check anything on the blue planet, at least if you were just going to the top, it's unlikely you find, say, the Earth Crystal and the Legend Sword at Cape Bahamut and the Murasame altar.
Right, you're almost always going to have to walk down here for something because you're missing 2 key items, so you might as well start down here.
Might as well start down here where there's like 5 checks. Four are really close together, and then there's the Crystal Sword Altar kind of doing its own thing, but still very far down here.
Eykir is through with the Wyvern fight, much to his happiness, I'm sure. Let's see if he's ready for it.
And that is a required Cave Bahamut. There is value in cave value tonight.
It's right in the name there.
That is huge for Eykir. Because BadKarma could easily fade this.
He's going to find the Earth Crystal almost certainly down here, which is going to leave open the potential that Earth Crystal leads to Legend Sword.
Yeah, so I think that BadKarma might very well skip over Cave Bahamut and just clear everything else.
Yeah, that's the risk. There are ways to go wrong here now.
Yeah, well, Eykir might fade everything. And oh, hi, Golbez.
Ha ha ha! Always the kidder. Now we're going to see what Eykir does. First off, we're going to see what he does with the second food, if he wants to add that to the party. Then secondly, we're going to see if he goes top down or, like BadKarma, goes bottom up. With only needing one item now, there's definitely an argument to be made to start with the Murasame altar and then head down.
Yeah, I would definitely say with only one key item remaining, it's very tempting to go to the Murasame altar. And then even if it's Rat Tail, just go quickly check that. Go do it. Go see if the Rat Tail's the Earth Crystal.
Eykir says no to 2 mops. Only a 1 mop limit on his party.
I'm not sure I like this with the chance to skip so much of the moon.
I can understand if you want to keep Palom around for an anchor, but I mean, you have a curse string, so you can easily make that second food anchor as well. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I would have other opinions if I thought that Palom was likely to get nuke, but I don't think that Palom is likely to get nuke.
It will take a little extra grinding, I think, to get up to those levels. And hey, it's a free fight up here.
Neat. We like to see free fights.
And getting those mute casts out so the guards can basically do nothing in their counters. BadKarma gets to fly, and Golbez is down.
Yeah, Golbez still confused about how he could possibly lose. That is a Rat Tail and yet another Crystal Sword.
The seed is now just completely just playing with our runners. Oh, hey, yeah, all the best swords of the game, but no one to use them.
Yeah, here's your 4th Crystal Sword of the Seed. Oh, hi, D-Mist.
Karma option using the spoon against D-Mist here. Try to get through that. And how about an Avenger? And that's a reset.
Yep, Avenger from the Murasame altar. Fun.
Has to go through the cutscene again to get the second foo.
To answer your question in chat, no, the Crystal Swords cannot be good darts. Crystal Swords cannot be darted.
I think it's the only weapon in the game that can't be darted.
Not the only one, but the only real good one.
Right, I guess you can't dart bows, for example.
I mean, you can't dart like Blizzard Spears, Flame Spears, Ice Brands, Fire Swords, that kind of thing. If you can't dart the elemental weapon, the like fire and ice weapons.
That makes sense.
And you can't dart like axes, except the hand axe. You can dart that axe.
I guess anything two-handed you can't dart.
Yeah. Well, no, you can dart the Avenger.
Oh, you can dart the Avenger, that's right.
Yeah, you can totally dart the Avenger. There is a wacky flag where you can dart anything. It's great. Well, not anything. You can dart any weapon. You cannot dart armor. But yes, there is a wacky flag where you can dart anything, and everyone can dart everything. And it's called World Championship of Darts. But that's not what we're playing, as BadKarma finds a Dragoon Spear in the White Spear altar.
Well, that's unfortunate. So that's 3 checks down, 3 to go on the Lunar Subterranean for him.
Yeah. Just 4 more checks left on this moon, one of which is our value at cave value.
Karma did find the rat tail, though, as well, so there is a... That's burning a hole in the pocket.
Yeah,
well.
that is a thing that Karma is going to pull Karma away from the moon, which is not great. Plus, that Earth Crystal could be there, and that offers a really good out for Eykir. Eykir can quickly save scum that. Which gives Eykir yet another way to gain a whole bunch of time on BadKarma.
True, but it makes sense that he's going to go ahead and take this double check with Golbez. He's going to get the rat tail from here. And we have a nasty Rubicon.
Nasty leg.
One of the worst spots of the game, I think, for this fight.
Yeah, this is a rough leg. I don't see a world in which anyone but Edge makes it through this fight.
That's assuming he doesn't get glared. I mean, he might have Abbott armor, but glare is still glare.
Glare's fire elemental. It's fine.
Oh, you're right. It is. I always want to make it a non-elemental.
Nope, it's fire. Edge will take 1 damage from glare because adamant armor is that powerful.
Right. I guess he could punch, but I mean, even the punches aren't going to do too much if he's back row.
Yeah, not on the back row. It's fine. The punches are, and I think the Edge has a glass hat on too. That Edge is extremely safe. Everyone else is going to take a nap.
Go ahead and put the controller down and get a drink.
Yep, enjoy the whacking and all of these 1 damage fire 2 counters.
Meanwhile, Eykir does have his party back up against Golbez and was able to get everyone active before the cutscene finished.
Yeah, nice. And Rubicon just giving a moon veil. Okay, we don't need that.
Nah, that can be a reset.
Especially since we already got one from Bahamut. Like, Ruby, please.
So that just leaves the Crystal Sword altar, at least in terms of what we don't know what it has. So
yeah, this is going to be BadKarma's last out, I think, on this moon. Before it becomes just him clearing checks that Eykir's already done. Which, I mean, if he does Cave Bahamut, that's good. But I think he might be committing to fading that Wyvern.
He does unfortunately have the choice to fade that now, as he sees a very free boss in this location.
Yep. This is fine. King Queen Evelyn, totally fine. Time to just chill. I guess we're gonna try to kill the Queen or the King.
You might as well. This spot doesn't have a lot of hit points, and especially because the fact that they're divided between the two, this should only take a couple of nukes. Take a couple of swings of a sword as well. Eykir is finished with Golbez. That's a rat tail in his inventory.
Yep, we'll see what he does. Looks like Eykir is camping. He might be gearing up to stay on this moon.
I mean, it's definitely worth an argument to save scum the rat tail here. If that has the Earth Crystal, you're done. You stay on the moon. Oh, you stay on the Earth.
Oh, that rat tail has that Earth Crystal.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Because that was a protect ring from King Queen Evelyn.
So that means that BadKarma, if he goes to the K Bahamut now is going to be in virtual go mode.
Yep. BadKarma is staying on the moon. This is good.
I mean, he didn't do the Murasame altar, so that makes sense to take care of that first.
Yeah. No, him staying on here for the Murasame altar tells me he's probably going to full clear this moon.
It makes sense, because I don't think he wants to come back here after.
No. I think the time to go check that rat tail would have been right then when he exited out. I think by committing to this Murasame altar, he might be committing to doing the whole moon.
On the flip side, Eykir has go mode now. I mean, he doesn't know it here because it's hidden behind the rat tail, but the longer he spends on the moon...
the more fights that Eykir takes down here, the longer this is just going to drag on for him.
The good news for BadKarma is that this is going to be a very easy fight to get through.
Yep. Has an hourglass to toss, has the Psy spell all queued up. Gonna go for some stone casts. And then if BadKarma gets through this, if BadKarma's been counting his zonks and thinking about what's left, he should realize after these guards fight, that was a very fast guards fight, that every other check is a key item. Every other check at this point for BadKarma is a key item.
The only way that cave value is not cave value is it has exactly the magma key.
Yeah, there is a... BadKarma knows at this point that there are two of the items that are left are hits, and every single check in the seed that is left is a key item. And the Earth Crystal can't lead to the Legend Sword, but the only way it's not value is magma key, so he's going to go 2k value. This is getting real interesting. He's just got to get through K value before Eykir gets through the Rubicon and the King Queen Eblin. Granted, King Queen Eblin is not a slow fight. However, he's remembered that Wyvern is here. I saw that battle speed go down.
That is some excellent heads-up play on BadKarma's side. Remember the fight here and get ready for it before coming down here, and he's going to be well rewarded.
Oh my goodness! I think. Oh, that's heartbreaking. I think Eykir had not turned his battle speed up since Wyvern.
Oh, really?
And I think had been doing all those moon fights on battle speed 4. That is, I mean, it's such an easy mistake to make, and so frustrating when you realize you've done it, because it's not any other like execution issues that you're losing time to in the fights itself. It's just you forgot to change one menu option.
And it's so easy to forget to change it back. I've done it countless times.
Yeah, so. Because it's not like you're struggling with the fights. You get through the fights just fine on those slower battle speed. It's just slower. I think that battle speed mistake is what has put BadKarma back in the lead.
That is a shame, absolutely. It's also a shame that Eykir mistimed the ice cast when the cloak was closed, so that wound up healing Rubicon.
Well, don't have to worry about mistiming ice casts now.
Now we're in that same position where you just put the controller down and let the edge take you home.
Yep. This Wyvern going a little fast for BadKarma. Maybe should get some life casts going? Or just heal. Healing is fine. I mean, we can tank the nukes.
Right, the nukes are not terribly powerful at this location.
Well, after the initial Mega Nuke, Wyvern takes just its regular vanilla spell power for every other thing it does. So, Wyvern's vanilla nukes are not very scary. Except when 2 of them in a row hit edge.
Eykir is through with the Rubicante fight, gets the news that it does not have what he's looking for, resets out. He's down to only the Crystal Sword altar. And the fact that Wyvern is taking as much time as it is to be defeated on BadKarma's side means Eykir might still be in this.
Yeah, and that's basically everyone but the anchor down.
That is just
That
terrible.
Wyvern, I think BadKarma might need to lower the battle speed a little bit further than 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 4 makes such a huge difference.
They moved it down to 5 even after checking out. So yeah, that's gonna make all the difference in the world. Generally, I tell people if they have problems with any fight, not just Wyvern, anyone, just drop the battle speed because it usually makes things a lot easier for you.
Yes, definitely. But that does lose BadKarma the advantage. This is now very even. I'd even say Eykir has a slight advantage at this point.
Because after he gets through this fight, it looks like he's just going to sit through and let the script run out. He's going to be done with Moon. He's going to have the full layout of the seed in front of him. He'll know exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah, just needs to turn in that rat tail, and then turn in that rat tail, forge, do the Tower of Zot, and then be done with the seed.
I gotta be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed with the seed because we have not seen the ult gauntlet yet, and with most of the fights left being on the Moon, I was really hoping to see a Moon gauntlet.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. We could still see a gauntlet in Zot, but that's not quite as exciting. But at least BadKarma does get 3 walls up, which guarantees the quad 9 on Wyvern and keeps three characters alive. So he'll be getting this Wyvern fight started a little bit faster, but I still think he'll be a little bit behind Eykir heading back to the Blue Planet.
That's true. Smart to start bouncing the nukes off as well, since Wyvern's going to throw up a wall of his own very shortly. Eykir gets news that he was in go mode the entire time, and
yep,
let's get out of here.
This Moon just didn't have anything else on it. Sorry. And that Palom, I don't think is quite at nuke yet.
To be fair, it'll still act as a very good. He'll still act as a very good anchor once you put that curse streak on.
Yeah, he can do that.
BadKarma threw the Wyvern the second time of asking, going to get the Legend Sword.
Yeah, BadKarma may be a minute behind right now.
Yeah, this is still anybody's game, especially with.
But I will say, I think BadKarma is slightly better set up to do a sort of reflect strat.
Right, with 2 foos instead of just the one, you can throw out the nukes.
Yeah, BadKarma has access to 2 nukes, and Edge can act as sort of a third spellcaster, as long as you don't dart after 40,000 damage to trigger that refill.
That's very important. You gotta do your counting when you're doing your Z fights. Eykir trades in the rat tail, gets the earth crystals. We know he's now officially in go mode.
Yep, BadKarma back down on the Blue Planet now, not too far behind. His hovercraft is already in position. Going to go forge first. Eykir is stopping to take a grind. This might be the advantage BadKarma needs, because BadKarma will not need to grind.
No, I mean, the only reason you want to grind here is if you want to get that Palom up to nuke. Because otherwise, everyone else here is Z ready.
Yeah, Rosa does not need any more levels. So, Eykir taking an egg. We'll need a few of those. Zeus gauntlets in the shop.
That's really nice there. That's, I think, the one piece of armor that the runners had not found this game so far.
Ooh, and Eykir, once again, still on battle speed 4. Fixes it now, but oof. Do not want eggs on battle speed 4.
That's right. He reset out of the last time he fixed it, so he probably thought it had fixed it before because he did, but unfortunately he didn't save.
It didn't. No, you have to save after you fix your battle speed.
BadKarma has traded in the sword, got the Excalibur, which I'm sure Coco is very proud of, even though we could say we found, I think, 3 better swords in this seed.
Yeah, no, 4.
4. Excuse me.
We found 4 crystal swords. Coco really just crafted Edge and Ultimate Dart.
Well, that's appreciated.
We do appreciate that dart. It's not quite as good as the spoon, but it's pretty good. We'll take it. We'll probably throw it at Zeromus. But yeah, Eykir stopping to grind here is giving BadKarma a chance to get into Zot first.
I mean, it's easy for us to say, you know, so we're seeing both screens at the same time, but obviously these runners don't know where each other one is, and so, I mean, to be honest, you know, the seat's been run pretty straightforward. I don't think there's been many mistakes made by either runner, except for the Battlefield 4. So he might think he has the time to make sure that his party is 100% ready for the Z fight.
Yeah, I do think it would have been interesting to see Eykir make a gamble on save scumming out that rat tail with only one key item to go mode. But at the same time, what are the odds that the moon doesn't have anything else on it?
Right, odds are the moon was going to have the Earth Crystal just by odds at that point. I think it would have been 2 or 3.
Like, there are still 3 more spots on the moon, and you found 2 key items, only one of which leads to anything. What are the odds that like that rat tail is going to lead to the Earth Crystal, which is going to go to the Magma Key? But we see our first boss here in the Tower of Zot is Kenazo. Hi, Kenazo.
Yeah, and probably very soon by Kenazo. Our power is so strong right now, we don't have to worry about anything. We don't even need to heal up our foos, who have no MP at this point.
Yeah, they're kind of out of MP. They need more.
Kenazo's gathering water, and you know that's cute. We don't have to worry about that at all.
I think we have enough HP to survive.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Eykir is running back up to the Tower of Zot. I think it's turned into maybe about a 2-minute advantage now on BadKarma's side from that slight grind.
Yeah. But Eykir now has nuke on Palom, I believe, so that will be nice for him.
Yes, and
and also, I'm not sure BadKarma turned his battle speed back up. So this may be a disadvantage for BadKarma. Battle speed.
Yeah, battle speed 5.
It's important.
I mean, I'm not going to stand here and say, "Oh, I've never done that. I've done that more times."
Of course, no. No, this is a mistake I make all the time. But when you turn your battle speed down, make sure to turn it back up right after that fight, because you will forget otherwise.
As Chad pointed out, at least it wasn't a battle speed 5 gauntlet.
Yeah, that's true. It wasn't a gauntlet. And oh, hey, look, it's Cecil. We found him. Do we take him?
I think it might be a little too late. Smidge. Just a smidge.
Yeah. Cecil is going home.
And
hi, Dr. Luge.
Luge and Belknap here. This is going to be a very quick fight. This bot doesn't have much HP to begin with, and when it's split amongst 4 different characters, yeah, this is going to be really quick. Eykir is right on his tail with the Kenazo down now.
Yeah, that Kenazo down. It's very close. BadKarma getting the Balnab Z transformation, unfortunately, eating just a little bit more time.
It's going to definitely come down to execution of the Z fight, and probably not only execution but also the strategy you take. If one of these runners decide to go full reflect, which I think they both have the ability to do, that might be the difference.
Yeah. No, this is it's gonna be really interesting.
BadKarma is through with his Zot, through with that Balnup fight. going to get the magma key, going to get the crystal, confirm the 17 out of 17 for the seed.
I love that vanilla magma key. Just nice little touch of vanilla. Now we will see what BadKarma does. Going right to Z. Yep, going right to Z.
I think he's happy with how his party is right now. I don't think there's much else to do. Let's go ahead and finish this thing up.
Gonna take the Adamant off of Edge. I think this means we are heading more Reflecty than... Zerky.
I mean, yeah, throw the Adamant onto one of the foos. I think the only question is, do you have any ethers? Because obviously you only have the 200 or 190 hit magic points on both the foos.
But 6 nukes and like a white or so, or 2, is usually enough to destroy Zeromus, especially... Oh, putting that Adamant on Rosa. Oh, but she's 1 level shy of white. Oh, that is unfortunate. We are not going to be seeing any whites from her.
Going to be a very interesting fight on BadKarma's side. And meanwhile, Eykir has completed Tower of Zot, going to get his final objective on the board, got the crystal. Let's see where we take it.
BadKarma finds Soma drops.
That's huge. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean that... Well, no, you're going to get a full heal
full
right
extra
before.
nuke, and we get a full heal right before the fight.
Yeah, so that's 8
So
nukes
that
instead
is-
of 6.
Yes, that is huge. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so close.
Yes, that is a big find right at the very limit, very end of the game. I mean, most people don't even think to look at that item shop.
Yeah.
And, okay, Eykir is right behind him right now.
This is neck and neck. Oh my goodness.
Of course, yeah. The big question, aside from who's going to win this very close race, is what form is Zeromus going to take tonight? Because we have to randomize him somehow. We can't randomize his location, so we randomize his image.
Yes, we like to dress up Zeromus with a cosplay every seed that we run. And we have a question we like to ask related to that. Would you like... I wonder, what is that question?
Whose butt are we going to kick tonight?
Is the butt cute?
And is it scary?
Does it have a butt? Why is there a butt?
No, we always ask why is there a butt. Why don't we ask how the butt is? That's not a butt.
There is no butt, only hummus.
Ha.
Time to eat hummus.
I'd still call that cute though. I like myself some hummus.
Hummus is good.
Get some good pita chips with it. Yeah. You do see that so quick coming out from BadKarma, slowing down the fight as Eykir makes transformation on his own. Gets up a wall of Rosa. Gonna start bouncing off some nukes after a first direct nuke or no, just going to start off with the bouncing.
Yep, BadKarma unfortunately has 1 food down already.
Yeah, that food I think took a direct nuke and then couldn't get healed before the Big Bang came off, so that's going to slow things down.
Yeah, BadKarma now throwing that X, but reviving that foo. And ooh,
Oh
no, oh no. Decides to take the reset. I think realized that Rosa did not have white and is going to have to take 1 siren really quickly to grind, but I think that gives this race to Eykir.
Eykir still has to execute it at the end here, but that is That
That
so
is
unfortunate.
unfortunate. Rosa just falling one level short of white. And this fight is, like, this egg fight is what, 20 seconds?
If
It's a
that.
very fast egg fight.
It takes longer to get here than it is to do it.
Yes.
Eykir, Eykir threw out a Bacchus wine on the edge, getting him a Berserk, which means that he's going to do more of a hybrid strat than a full Reflect here.
Yep, deciding that the hybrid strat is the way he wants to go. BadKarma heading back in. Now with white on Rosa, now that she's level 48. It's important to keep your level thresholds in mind for some of these top spells. Like the less important spells, but it's good to remember where you learn the real big spells, like that white. Or nuke, or that's not good for Eykir.
Oh, that's okay. He does have the life queued up to get the Rosa back up, but the edge is berserked already, so there's stuff he can do to help cure the party back up. Looks like he's going to be able to survive this and get back on track.
Yep, BadKarma headed back in now.
Like you're getting another big bang out here. I don't think this one was nerfed, or I don't think you can try to get it nerfed, so just too much for Palom.
It's fine. Palom can fall down, that's okay.
I mean, the important people right now are Rosa and Edge. Edge is going to keep throwing out that power. Rosa has the white that, it's just going to fizzle because Palom had the wall up, but he's still going to be able to heal up.
Yep. Eykir now just focused on keeping Rosa and Edge alive.
Karma's going to start the second fight, having gotten that white spell on Rosa.
Yeah, Karma should be set up to do a pretty neat, pretty clean reflect strat here. But Eykir is chipping through the Zeromus by 3,000-4,000 damage at a time.
I mean, as long as we can keep that Edge berserked and we can keep everyone healed up, this fight should fall Eykir's way.
Yeah, I think Eykir is very far through the fight, already past the HP refill with that direct nuke coming out.
Still has 4 Bacchus wines in the inventory, so we can re-berserk up here. One thing that this black set has shown people to do is how to beat Z with only a few characters. If you are limited to 4, one of them's probably your anchor. And here's Medio coming out.
Yeah, I think that seals it for Eykir. I think this is Eykir through the fight. There is still a little bit more HP, but I think Eykir's pretty safe for Medio.
I think it would take like 2 correct. Yeah.
Yep, that's the flash. Eykir has finished this race in first place with a time of 1 hour, 45 minutes, and 48 seconds. GG's to Eykir. We will see about getting into an interview, although they might come in at the same time since BadKarma is not too far behind.
That is an amazing race. Congratulations to Eykir. Moves over to 1 and 2 now. First win in this group phase. Gets him on track.
Yeah, saves him from being, I believe, eliminated from winning the group outright. Because I do not believe it's possible to win the group outright at 2 and 3.
I believe you're accurate at that. Yeah, I think someone has to have at least 3 wins.
Yeah, so that saves that. BadKarma is definitely not out of it going at 2 and 1, but has not yet guaranteed his way into a play-in race, which being 3 and 2, I believe, is enough to guarantee at least a play-in. But it does look like we are now joined by Eykir. GG's.
GG's. That was a close one.
Yeah. So one quick question: when you, my first thought is, when you saw that rat tail on the moon, was there ever any thought of leaving the moon to go check it?
Oh, absolutely. Because I thought that last match too, and I think I did it last match actually. When I grabbed the tail and like followed it for a little bit, but it was nothing, and I reset back out. So it was in the back of my mind. It's like, oh my god, do I do this now? I have 3 checks left up here. I only need 1 item. The odds are better up here. Let's just stay up here.
Yeah.
Because no, I'd probably get burned again if I went there, and if I had done that and it wasn't it, then I'd probably lose.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Would have saved some ire this seed.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you never know.
One thing that we noticed is that you had the opportunity to take a second food there when you found them on the moon, but you opted to stick with the Palom. What was your thought about your party at that point?
I was actually honestly surprised that Boo was an option. I don't think I've ever run into in all the runs I've done of this that dupes were on. And I thought, oh, well, it's a Boo, he's going to go away. And then the screen came up and I just like panicked, hit it. I had Palom. My Palom was doing like a lot of damage. So I was okay with keeping the Palom, getting him to nuke, and having him try to do work. But as you saw, he kind of just face-blinded most of the seed, or most of the fight. So no, I learned today that dupes are on.
The dupes are on. I mean, with no free characters and only the 13 and every character guaranteed in the seed, there's only going to be 1 dupe in every seed. So you might not necessarily have a duplicate character that you want or is relevant, but in this seed, it was fairly relevant. As we are now joined by BadKarma, who has finished in second place, just under 2 minutes behind at 1 hour 47 minutes and 38 seconds. GG's to you, BadKarma.
Thanks. This is GG's Eykir. I was doing the math in my head, and I think resetting out of that King Queen Crystal Sword altar probably cost me that one.
Yeah, perhaps that Protect Ring could have been nice. Being level 47 and not having white was another thing that happened.
I didn't even look at her levels when I went into the fight.
Oof.
Oh.
It was like the big thing I noticed was looking and I was like, oh, that is a Rosa that has not quite learned white.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. That's an adamant armor going onto that Rosa that does not have the big spell.
Yep. So, I mean, you can run a really good race, and I feel like this was a good one based on some of the chatter in the race room.
It was a great race. It was fantastic to watch. It was back and forth pretty much the whole way. There was lots of speculation about when Cecil would show up, because at first it was, oh, this could be a huge advantage for you, BadKarma. You have 2 crystal swords from Eblin Castle that Eykir didn't pick up. And then Sheila 2 happened, and we were like, oh, okay, well, it's whatever. And then Cecil didn't show up.
I had the money advantage. Does that count?
I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
You got those summer drops?
Yeah, the two summer drops there at the end was really nice. And honestly, I was actually going in there looking for ethers, and I saw the summer drops. I was like, that'll do.
Yeah, I mean, 8 nukes is better than 6.
I totally did that package looking for Cecil. I don't know if you did too, back then.
I checked it. I reset out of it. It seemed it was for him.
Instantly, yes. Like, don't
Yes,
you have a Rosa?
No, I did. Neither of you. You were both very similar on your party compositions. I think exactly the same until that divergence on the moon, with BadKarma taking the second Fu over Palom and Eykir sticking with that Palom.
Yeah, and I was talking with Eykir. You know, my biggest thing was you probably saw me around. I got the harp and I got the darkness crystal and the Fae March, and like I kind of went back and forth a little bit, because like I should be doing the moon right now, and I didn't follow that gut feeling, and I should have.
No, we both didn't follow our guts because I really wanted to do that rat tail. I just couldn't convince myself to do it after the last race.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very, very interesting to watch back. I do have one last question for you. about that wyvern, because that wyvern caused some issues for both of you, not just in the fight itself, but also in that battle speed change.
Yeah, I think I had one. What did you say, Eykir? You had 4?
I had 3, and then I changed it, and then I fought the fight and reset out of it once it wasn't the Earth Crystal, and it changed back to 4 on me. So I did the next one. It's like, why are the King Queen Emblem taking so long?
Oh,
And that was why, because my battle speed got reset, and I realized that once I went and did a egg. I did my first egg, and I'm like, this is taking a while. Oh shoot, battle speed.
I mean, it was a thing that came up for both of you, so it's not
right.
It definitely made some of this moon very exciting, because when we saw Eykir take that wyvern at the start of the moon dive, it was like, oh, okay, there's the legend sword. That's a huge advantage. Eykir just needs to find the Earth Crystal, and then it's go mode, and then the moon was just slow. And you were getting through the fights just fine. Like, none of them were challenging. It's just battle speed is one of those things that's so easy to forget. And I mean, both of you showed that. And still both played really well. I have to emphasize that. You both played this race really well.
Absolutely. It was excellent running on both your parts. It was really great to watch.
But it's all we can ask for. I mean, it's been a really fun flag set to play. It plays to a lot of my strengths, which is really nice. The high completion, there's not as many little rabbit holes that you can get lost in, because just about every check is going to lead some knowledge in some way. So it's been really fun so far.
Yeah, agreed. Especially these ones where it's objective to objective to objective. It's like one leads to another, and then you get to the end, and it's like, okay, finding the last item is your last location.
Yeah, that's definitely been my experience in these flags as well. One last quickly, Eykir first, and then BadKarma. Any upcoming matches that we should be hyping up, getting ready to see you race?
I believe I have one on Thursday, my 4th one. Trying to check the thing. It's Thursday, I think, at like 8 p.m. against Pyre.
That'll definitely be a good one.
Yeah, and I'm also Thursday at 10 p.m. against Fried Potato for my 4th match, and then my 5th match is with Lenifus on Friday at 8.
Nice. This is. I am definitely excited for all of those matches, except I can't watch the Thursday ones because I'm also racing. Oh well.
I'll watch for you.
Yeah, this group's really close, so anyone can.
Yeah, really tight group in the Lilith Rod group.
Yeah, this is a really stacked group. I think you guys have tonight have shown just how strong this group is by your performances. You both played really well. Thanks for racing with us. Thanks for running, and your best of luck in the rest of your matches.
Yeah, thanks for the commentary, the tracking, and the restreaming. Mr. Flax and the Cat Black Ice. And Scala.
Yeah, thank you all. It's always great to be restreamed and be a part of the team as well. So hopefully I'll see you guys here real soon.
Yeah, and thanks for putting on this wonderful show for us. We would not have had any show without a race to restream. So thank you for running for us tonight. But I believe that will just about do it for our restream tonight. We're going to head over to Free Enterprise 2 for a race between Neon Gray and Mike 34 in the Gaia Hat group.
Absolutely. First off, remind you, no spoilers on this race in case anyone wants to watch back on the VOD. And secondly, one last shout out to Scala Kitty, Black Ice, for doing the restreaming and tracking behind the scenes. And shout out my co-commentator who was amazing tonight, Xenocat. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, shout outs to you too. Thank you for joining me, and we will see you all over in that race. And no spoils. No spoils. You will get the bunk.